There is a fifth dimension.
About the unknown.
Beyond that which is known to man.
The Garden of Thought.
The Babylon Project was our last best hope for peace.
Unexplained.
Mythology.
This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call
The Garden of Thought with Jeff Lippman.
Eventually, our sun will grow cold and go out.
You're listening to something much bigger, something hidden in plain sight.
It won't just take us. It'll take Marilyn Monroe and Lao Tzu and Einstein. All of this was for nothing unless we go to the stars.
What you're about to learn will completely change the way you experience your mind, your thoughts, and yourself.
Let's make sure that history never forgets the name.
The Garden of Thought.
On into another GOT presents the GOT, the Gospel of Thomas. We are here with our friend, Mr. Thomas, and yes, it is now Garden of Thought officially, though the intro and outro hasn't quite been worked out, but we're getting there. Maybe by the time this show drops, but this show always gets its own intro, thanks to our friend at Wrestling Soup, Anthony Missionary Thomas, so thank you again. Our special guest this week is Shazza McKenzie, coming to us, well, not from Australia, but by way of Australia, in the heartland. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm vibing. We're getting things done. It is a productive day. That
is excellent. So, all right. So I always like to tell people how this show came about, or how this particular show came about. You know, I throw my darts all over the place. Sometimes it's eloquent, sometimes it's awkward. Usually it's ignored. But in this case, I mentioned the magic words, Mr. Thomas, and she's like, I'll do it for Thomas. And I say,
that's literally it.
And I said to him, Shazza McKenzie said is a yes. And by the way, he's heard yeses before that have turned into, still waiting to see it happen. But anyway, he goes, Shazza, hell yeah. Exactly. And this morning when I confirmed that you confirmed, he just sends back to me, word. So how do you two kids know each other?
Yeah. How do we know each other?
We met in America one time.
We met in America.
Wrestling is a small, weird town in a very gated community. So once you're in, and you usually cross paths with somebody at some point. What year was that? What year was your first journey to 2010?
It was 2012. So 13 years ago, my very first midlife crisis of leaving my life in Australia to go to America for an extended period of time.
I mean this in the nicest, weirdest way possible, but I had to be at least in like the top 20 people that you met in America. Maybe? No? Or did you get to us?
I mean, yeah, you're one of the only people that drove me around. So that
I did have a car.
That put you up higher.
I mean, the first 20, the first 2 dozen. Two dozen people. I love that. You hear that, Jeff?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm an elite human. I was there on accident in the suburbs.
I heard
in the suburbs of Pennsylvania, Philadelphia.
I heard you were one of the first 20 that she met, or one of the first 2 dozen, but also in the top 20, which seems perennial.
That's pushing it at this point. I'm a hater.
I mean, you're in the top 20 of people that I met my first trip that I'm still friends with.
Listen to that.
Good enough.
Listen to that.
So where were you two wrestling? Where did you two, encounter, and then do the collar and elbow?
I don't know if we're allowed to say the word.
Absolutely. There's no banned words here.
Bad word. No. We were at Shikara. He was at Shikara at the time, and I went over to train at the Wrestle Factory and, excel in my wrestling skills and learn more and become more. And yeah, that's where we met. We were at a couple of shows together. I was just going around doing ring crew. I was just young girling. I was out there just trying to get an opportunity. I got one opportunity on a wrestling is fun that first trip, but from all that training. But yeah, it was my first little.
Hold on. Jeff, let me tell you about. I was still a student. I haven't had my first match at this point yet. So I was still also kind of sort of doing ring crew. And Jeff, for the record, when I wasn't driving, I would drive the truck because I was cheap and didn't want to spend my own gas money. But Hazleton, Pennsylvania is the exact name of the town that we were in.
I've been to Hazleton, Pennsylvania.
This is the problem, Jeff. Hazleton still exists. Now, regardless of this rundown shitbag building that was like an old, like, kids playground on the inside.
Weirdest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like that since.
There's no photos of this. I don't think my phone goes back that far, but the disturbing, just the building alone. And on top of that, they put a wrestling ring in the middle. I digress. I go up the street to get some snacks, a drink from the gas station. Jeff, there's a minimum for the debit card, and it wasn't $1, it wasn't $2. It was, I believe it was $6 or $7. Mm-hmm. And it drove me crazy till this day that the $6 credit card minimum in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. Oh, Christ.
I was like, this is such a core memory for you.
What a shitbag town. Oh my God. Also on that show, Mr. Touchdown Mark Angelicetti wrestled a Dalton Castle.
Oh, okay.
Another weird fun fact.
I don't even remember that happening.
I do.
I know it would have been Ashley Remington.
We see you. Your calendar's color-coded. Your outfit for tomorrow is already laid out. You have everything in Tupperware labeled in your fridge. You buy in bulk. You meal prep. You know what you're doing in 2027. You're a planner. And we're here to say you don't have to do it all. S&T Bank makes banking easy. From our friendly team to our online and mobile solutions, we do more so you can do less. Stop by your local branch. Visit stbank.com or call 800-325-2265. S&T Bank. Member FDIC.
When people turn to telehealth for weight loss, they're looking for real support. That's why more people are choosing OrderlyMeds.com. Orderly Meds connects you with real doctors and access to proven GLP-1 medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide. No guessing, just a more supportive experience, and all shipped directly to your door in discreet packaging. Do your research, ask questions, then visit OrderlyMeds.com/podcast for an exclusive offer. That's OrderlyMeds.com/podcast. Individual results may vary, not medical advice. Eligibility required. See site for details.
Are you trying to get weight loss support through telehealth, but it feels overwhelming and rushed? Check out OrderlyMeds.com now. OrderlyMeds.com was built to be different. Here, you connect with real doctors who take the time to understand your goals, review your eligibility, and guide you through a plan that's right for you. Orderly Meds provides access to proven GLP-1 medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide, including both name brand options and personalized compound versions when appropriate. So you have choices backed by clinical oversight, not guesswork. It's a simpler, more supportive telehealth experience designed around people who want clarity, care, and confidence in their weight loss journey. And your medication is delivered directly to your home in discreet packaging, so your experience stays private from start to finish. Do your research, ask the right questions, then visit orderlymeds.com/podcast for an exclusive offer. Again, that's orderlymeds.com/podcast. Individual results may vary, not medical advice. Eligibility required. See site for detail.
Yes. It was before.
I was like, what was his Shikara name? My brain. What was Smooth Sailing?
What a time to be alive in the suburbs of the Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania.
Let me tell you my Hazleton story, because it was a life lesson in my middle age of the world is not nearly as glamorous as you think it is. So I'd never been to Hazleton. We were invited to Hazleton by a friend of my now wife's then ex-roommate, who, older woman, government employee, for a long, long time, knew a lot of people, doing very well with her life, and she was friendly with this gentleman who was an adjunct professor at University of Pennsylvania, Penn State, Hazleton campus. So like, oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, even though it's Hazleton, I'm sure he's, it's still a pretty good job. So we get there, it's a pool party. So like already I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking, this is going to be pretty nice. I've been to Harrisburg, I've been to Lancaster, I've been to, Hershey Park and all of that good stuff. And, the Poconos, whatnot. And so I was expecting something on the nicer. So we're going through dilapidation. And by the way, almost all of Hazleton is dilapidation. I mean, you go through York, there's a downtown. There's a nice downtown. There's some nice places on the outskirts. But Hazleton is a dead town. It looks like those towns in New England that died 100 years ago, or those, if you ever go through Oklahoma, how every city just looks red and dusty and empty, closed, forever, except for the skeletons that are still moving, trying to kill you. Anyway, Get there, this house is in shambles. The dude is stoned. He's older than me. And at some point, he offers that as an adjunct at this campus, he makes $6,500 a year. I'm like, what? I'm like,
is a coal miner.
A coal miner? That's like a kid sweeping up a warehouse. I mean, I'm like, anyway, so nobody wants to hear my little stories, but it's weird that I had a Hazleton story.
He was top 50%.
We all have Hazleton stories.
Yeah, top 50% in his demographic for income in Hazleton. Bunch of brokies.
There's more to it, but I'm not revealing that much more. It's going to start to come off like an attack or than just a fact-based story. For those of you who don't know Shazza and don't follow her on X, it's sort of like a continuing Coming to America movie. And her adventures and misadventures and sort of culture shock in America. I've been to Australia. I didn't really find it to be that much different than America, to be frank. Sort of replace American minorities with a lot of Asian minorities, and it's basically the same. There's no Australian food. There's no American. It's like it felt the same, except people cursed more. Feel like it was more like culture was more 50 years ago, 40 years ago than it is in America. Aside from the lack of PC, it was like home. But I didn't move there. So you come here, and basically everything has been sort of bollocksed up. So I don't know how much you want to share with that, but you and Thomas have another thing in common. You just moved, but your experience with moving, I think, has been more fun than Thomas's has been.
Everything, so America and Australia, surface level, pretty similar, pretty easy adjusting. It's just that when you're trying to actually assimilate your entire life to a new place, it's a whole different world, and there's all these different hoops and things you have to jump through and go through, and this and that and everything, and it's just a lot. There's a lot of crying. There's a lot of this bed here, this bed behind me, lots of crying in there. lots of mental breakdowns in that. Not much else, just lots of crying. But we get through it. We pick ourselves up and we keep going. It's just, there's just lots of little, very annoying little things. One of my biggest annoying things from when I moved here, which it makes complete sense, but I had a really good credit rating in Australia. I worked my ass off for that for 34 years. It means nothing here. It means nothing. I had zero credit here. I had zero credit. I have nothing. And so I've had to even though, I have to be so on top of everything because I have no, and then I just can't get anything. I can't, I'm a functioning adult, and I have been for many years, but it's like being treated like an 18-year-old that just got out of school again is what that's what it kind of feels like. I feel like I've reverted back to my first time leaving home as a child, and I'm I have to just relearn how to adult because now I have to relearn how to adult in this country instead of in my original country, and that's how I'd explain.
Who's co-signing all your contracts then? I mean, who's co-signing all your credit apps?
Yeah, I'm I'm able to get things, but mainly I basically for my apartment, for example.
We see you. Your calendar's color-coded. Your outfit for tomorrow is already laid out. You have everything in Tupperware labeled in your fridge. You buy in bulk. You meal prep. You know what you're doing in 2027. You're a planner. And we're here to say you don't have to do it all. S&T Bank makes banking easy. From our friendly team to our online and mobile solutions, we do more so you can do less. Stop by your local branch, visit stbank.com, or call 800-325-2265. S&T Bank. Member FDIC.
When people turn to telehealth for weight loss, they're looking for real support. That's why more people are choosing OrderlyMeds.com. Orderly Meds connects you with real doctors and access to proven GLP-1 medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide. No guessing, just a more supportive experience, and all shipped directly to your door in discreet packaging. Do your research, ask questions, then visit OrderlyMeds.com/podcast for an exclusive offer. That's OrderlyMeds.com/podcast. Individual results may vary, not medical advice, eligibility required. See site for details.
When people turn to healthcare for weight loss, they're looking for real support. That's why more people are choosing OrderlyMeds.com. Orderly Meds connects you with real doctors and access to proven GLP-1 medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide. No guessing, just a more supportive experience. And all shipped directly to your door in discreet packaging. Do your research. Ask questions. Then visit orderlymeds.com/podcast for an exclusive offer. That's orderlymeds.com/podcast. Individual results may vary, not medical advice. Eligibility required. See site for details.
I just had to pay 3 months. And then also, like, one apartment was like, yeah, you have to pay a year up front.
Oh.
Because I have no, like, they're like, we can't trust that you're, and I'm like, I can show you I have the money.
It's crazy.
It doesn't matter.
And Jeff, I've always been bothered by this. It's like having no credit is somehow worse than having bad credit, which is preposterous. Yes. Only in America can someone be like, you got a better chance of fucking up and us giving you a second chance on getting another car than you do us giving you the first chance on the first car, which it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, they don't have to score you.
I was kind of prepared for it when I got here, so I saved up enough money before I came here because I knew I was going to have to buy my car outright, and I knew I was going to have to pay some obscene thing for my first rental, and I knew, but it still sucks. Yeah. It's not great. I don't love it.
Why? How did you? And I'm going to confirm. You are currently based out of St. Louis, correct?
I still live here in St. Louis.
Out of all the places, other than just being like, this looks kind of sort of in the middle and it's not Chicago, how did you close your eyes and end up in St. Louis, Missouri? I ask this because I live in America and I don't know if I were to just uproot there. So how did you from out of town decide on that? And then how much did being in Philadelphia the first time around confirm that you need to be as far as fuck away from this place?
Well, see, I would have, I'd spent so much time in Philadelphia. The places I've spent the most time in America before moving here would have been like Philadelphia and Chicago. But my big, deciding factor was I basically made a map of where I knew I could wrestle regularly, places where I knew that there were companies that would give me monthly bookings so that I was going to be okay if I couldn't branch out and find anything else outside there. And the central point of all that was Chicago. Then I looked at the cost of living in Chicago and I said, okay, well, not that. And so then there was a few places in contention, I would say. There was Cleveland. I looked at Indianapolis, and then I kind of looked down at St. Louis. I even kind of looked at Kansas City a bit, I think. But it came down to cost of living, the ability to drive to places, and at the time, not so much anymore, but at the time, there was a reputable school in St. Louis that no longer exists now, but...
No longer exists because the guy was a pervert? Or no longer exists because this wrestling doesn't exist? I don't know. You never know.
Well, yeah, so the guy that was running it got cancelled the week before I moved here. So that was good. That was real convenient. The school then continued to run for another year or two this, but it was never at this, it wasn't what I'm
I got you.
The level of training I moved here for, but it was fun because I was too busy with actually wrestling that who the hell has time to go get yelled at and do squats? Not me.
Thomas, any follow up on that?
I'm just shocked at St. Louis. No, you're not the only person I know that lives in St. Louis, and I do understand that cost of living is quite affordable. So it does make sense to not move to a giant metropolis of a city just to get smacked over the head for $2,200 for a one bedroom. So.
Now, are you a UFL football fan?
What was that?
Are you a UFL football fan? Spring football? St. Louis has the Battle Box, and St. Louis is the only city.
Well, we don't anymore, do we?
Yes, you do.
Do we? Oh no, we do. That's right, we do have them. They're the one team that we do have because we don't have regular football. Right. People explain law to me. I don't understand American sports. I watched my first football game, which was the Super Bowl this year.
Oh, good choice. But yeah, you have the UFL Battlehawks, and St. Louis is the only city that actually supports the team with attendance, having about 35,000 people a game there, and the team's pretty good. But people tell me it's not because they support the Battlehawks, it's because they want to show the NFL that they deserve to have a team again.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is another time they've lost a team and it comes back.
Because they lost.
Yeah, we love football. We love football. We'll go see this shitty football team play. Give us a real team. Yeah.
Do you want to be the lip men on the UFL St. Louis correspondence for our UFL podcast?
I think I'll pass on that one.
Really? It comes with no benefits whatsoever.
Turning down gigs, brother.
Yeah, that one might be a pass for me. I do enjoy going to baseball games and hockey games because Busch Stadium is beautiful, and hockey, I don't understand it, but at some point everyone fights, and that's really fun.
Hell yeah.
Hockey is fun. I don't understand it, to be honest with you. I don't understand the rules. I've been here all my life, and even grew up an Islanders fan, and they won 4 championships in a row at the time. So it's just one of those things. It's mostly Canadian, I suppose, but it's fun to watch. It's fun to be there live. All right, so
exactly.
You like some of your adventures included. I mean, obviously, there's the immigration issues. There's the, I guess being a tenant in America is different than being a tenant in Australia. Like you have questions like, who pays for my burnt light bulb? And things.
Well, yeah, we don't like. I've rented before, but like I've never rented at a place that has like we don't have like apartments that have. Well, I mean, we do, but they're like the high-rise apartment. Like the only apartment that you would ever have that would have like an on-site
maintenance
guy would be like a high-rise in like a city. Like, whereas I live in like a complex of lots of different units, and then there's like a leasing office, and then there's like a maintenance van that just comes to work Monday to Friday. Yeah. And like, last Thursday, my washing machine broke and my entire apartment flooded, which was fantastic. Loved it. It was the greatest moment of my life. But within 5 minutes, the maintenance man was at my door, and he had the vacuum and he had the things, and I was like, oh my God, like, because a year ago, I was living with my ex, and he owned his house, and his basement flooded, and he owns his house. So I spent months trying to clean up and figure out how to fix a basement that had been flooded. Whereas this time, a guy just showed up at my door within 5 minutes and fixed it. By the next day, everything was dry and clean, and I was like, oh, I'm never owning property ever in America, at least.
I will continue to rent as an adult man. Because I like the amenities, and I didn't want to fix the toilet. The toilet broke today. Same thing in my apartment. The water's running.
They just showed up at my door. It was so easy. I was like, this is amazing.
I agree with that, Jeff. No chores.
Home ownership is overrated.
I concur.
Yes.
And it's found to be economically, not the whole.
I don't even have to clean it.
Yeah, no. I agree. I agree 100%. I did want to ask one thing, and that, all right. So with the maintenance dude, like,
yes,
like, do they cover everything? Like, he probably only does so much, but like, is he also like the exterminator? Is he the guy who cleans the pool? Is there a pool? You don't even know.
There is a pool. I don't know because the pool is not open yet, but I would assume that he cleans the pool.
No,
I would assume
the pool guy comes out and cleans the pool.
There's going to be, I don't know how this works.
The maintenance guy just comes and fixes shit around the apartment. And then
I've never lived in an apartment.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And then like they usually outsource like exterminator, if you need a real plumber, pool stuff, or if like usually they know how to basically fix a washer and dryer, but they will send an appliance person out if it's major, or they'll just
what I'm trying to do is I was trying to do a question. I'm really trying to acclimate her to things. So usually with pools, most places they actually outsource that entirely. So like your pool might be closed one day and you'll be like, why is the pool closed? And it's because their lifeguards called out sick. Because the lifeguard, it's like an independent company that hires like all lifeguards all from like, one particular country or 2 particular countries on summer visas or whatever. They'll get them all from the same high school or college or whatever. And, and so, or the pool, it's open for 3 months, but it's closed, 3 days into being open. You're like, why? Like, because they're treating it for chemicals. Well, why didn't they do that before the pool opened? Because the contract doesn't start until the day of the opening. So little things like that. Now maybe the Midwest is
I'll find that out in May.
Yeah, so
I'll find out how that all goes when the pool opens on Memorial Day weekend.
Okay. So what are your what are some of your non-wrestling hobbies? Like what are some things like, movies, mythology?
I was like, who has time for hobbies?
Right.
I don't have time for hobbies. I need hobbies. I wish I had hobbies. My life is just like, I guess is the gym a hobby? Like, because that's probably the one thing I do a day that I do for myself.
Staying fit and staying alive, staying in shape.
Like I enjoy I don't go to the gym for wrestling. I go to the gym because I enjoy it. Does it assist with professional wrestling? Yes, but it is I'm not
That's
there
interesting
going.
because I hate going to the gym. It's terrible. I don't work out because I got to be seen with my shirt off.
Yeah, see, I don't give a crap. Like I would not care. I don't work out. I don't track what I eat. I just like that's. I also worked in the fitness industry for like 11 years, and like I think that's just like I was like this. They took the thing that I loved and like morphed it into this whatever insane thing that fitness industry does.
Go to the gym so they can continue to eat all the bullshit that they love.
Yeah.
I just had Burger King and I plan on having pizza the second we hang up off of this call. So
I just realized I haven't cooked dinner and that I'm going to have to do that when we get off the call. But that's okay because they invented air fryers and now I can just put my chicken in an air fryer and I can put my little bag of vegetables in the microwave and I'll have dinner. And that's how a strong, independent woman eats dinner on a Monday night.
Nice. Well, that's terrific. Sounds like terrific air fryer. So is it like fried chicken? Is it good?
We see you. Your calendar's color-coded. Your outfit for tomorrow is already laid out. You have everything in Tupperware labeled in your fridge. You buy in bulk. You meal prep. You know what you're doing in 2027. You're a planner. And we're here to say you don't have to do it all. S&T Bank makes banking easy. From our friendly team to our online and mobile solutions, we do more so you can do less. Stop by your local branch. Visit stbank.com or call 800-325-2265. S&T Bank. Member FDIC.
When people turn to telehealth for weight loss, they're looking for real support. That's why more people are choosing OrderlyMeds.com. Orderly Meds connects you with real doctors and access to proven GLP-1 medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide. No guessing, just a more supportive experience, and all shipped directly to your door in discreet packaging. Do your research, ask questions, then visit OrderlyMeds.com/podcast for an exclusive offer. That's OrderlyMeds.com/podcast. Individual results may vary, not medical advice. Eligibility required. See site for details.
When people turn to healthcare for weight loss, they're looking for real support. That's why more people are choosing OrderlyMeds.com. Orderly Meds connects you with real doctors and access to proven GLP-1 medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide. No guessing, just a more supportive experience. And all shipped directly to your door in discreet packaging. Do your research, ask questions. Then visit OrderlyMeds.com/podcast for an exclusive offer. That's OrderlyMeds.com/podcast. Individual results may vary, not medical advice. Eligibility required. See site for details.
I did my groceries today. I just got some like chicken breast from the I think it's like garlic flavored whatever. I just got some chicken breast stuff from the like deli part section of my local grocery store. Which is what I kind of do. I just get a couple of them and then I'll freeze some and then I'll keep some in the fridge and then because who knows, like, you know, maybe someone will be like, hey, do you want to go out for dinner? And I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, I don't want to sit in my house by myself for eternity.
That's an easy transition into the next question of what's the difference between the dating scenes in America and Australia, because from the outside looking in, it seems like you Australians just get in a relationship the second you meet someone. And here in America, that seems to be the exact opposite. Based off your history, every time I meet you, you're married or living with somebody.
Every time I meet me, I'm married. Look, am I married? No. Well, I mean, I was with my husband for nearly 10 years.
That's married. That is the definition of married.
Yeah, but I'm not with my I'm not with my husband anymore. Obviously, there was a decision of like, hey, I'm going to move to another country. That was somewhat of a, I don't know if a long distance marriage would have.
So what's the dating scene like in St. Louis?
Look, when I first moved here, because that was like. I was like, okay, I'm time for me to get out there in the world because I was like, I'm not
talking about.
What was that?
Get those free dinners they be talking about.
Well, okay, so because I'm also a professional wrestler for the last 18 years of my life, which also means that I've only dated professional wrestlers for the last 18 years of my life. So I got to St. Louis and I got on Hinge and then normal people started talking to me and then I went, this is scary. I don't like this. And then one of them came and found me at a wrestling show. And then that's when I said, I'm not dating civilians. And then I just went and dated the next wrestler that talked to me, of course, because that's what we do. But now, though, this time around, I'm trying to, because like, I've been single for a couple months now. I'm not yet in like I think I'm maybe kind of starting to get to the point where I'm like, oh, I could maybe, but I'm still scared. But don't worry, those professional wrestling men, they're the news has spread, and those DMs be DMing. So I know I've got an easy option if I need it, but I would like to try and
I don't
be an
condone gating in the workplace. And I just did one of these Fightful podcasts the other day, and they asked how the locker room was at the old MLW. And I said, it's pretty good because we don't book many women. So there's no beef in the locker room. There's nothing to fight about.
I've never caused any beef.
I'm not saying you have, but it's just...
I am still in a working storyline with my ex that I literally had a tag match with him on Friday. So I'm a professional.
Stop dating wrestlers. And stop calling people outside of wrestling civilians.
I love it. They're civilians.
Insult to actual civilians.
So in my industry, there used to be, when we were younger, 3,500 years ago, a lot of the people who were prosecutors, usually the female prosecutors, always ended up dating the cops. And it was always a mistake. And sometimes they married like 2 or 3 different cops. So I feel like this is sort of the same thing. It's like, don't.
I had married one, and I was with him for nearly a decade. Can we not act like I'm out here running through the roster?
I'm just. It just seems like an analogy, I'm just trying to find common ground for us all here.
Wait, so hold on.
I too was married, divorced, remarried, and in between there was an entanglement.
So Shaq, we're not talking much about entanglement. For the record, you're saying all the fans that come up to the merch table do not ask you out. They're wasting your breath. Under no circumstances do you date anyone that buys a ticket to the show. Just put it out there now.
If they have purchased, I'm probably not going to go on a date with someone that has purchased a ticket.
If you even know what the word wrestling is, you're done.
What about George Clooney?
Yeah. If George Clooney is buying a ticket to an independent wrestling show in the middle of Midwest America, something's gone horribly wrong in the world, and that's a bigger concern of mine.
I love this attitude. This is fantastic. This is also great. This is also great to learn that my DMs would be the least worrisome for you in a given day. That is fantastic to know.
Oh no, your DMs are fine.
Yeah, it's like confirming.
And the men that be in there, that they're fine. They're whatever. And they're lovely people, and whatever. But I'm just we're all just wandering through life and trying to figure out what we're doing. But I do need a green card, so someone might be lucky.
Okay. Now we all joke about.
Hold on a second. I might have a solution. Back to the UFL podcast and our St. Louis correspondent. My 24-year-old son is single, lives in Orlando, not too far from Thomas, works for Marriott, has a job. He's like a regional CFO kind of thing.
Are you setting me up with your son?
I'm just laying seeds. I'm sure that
do you know how old I am?
Jeff, what you said, I think you're 36.
I'm way too old to be marrying your son.
Jeff, what does he do
it's just for a green card?
I know, but I would definitely be like, I'm a cougar.
I see your posts. You tell just doing hot girl things. A hot girl is a hot girl. I mean, how could he can't hate the player. It's just part of the game.
That's fair.
I mean,
well, you can make the connection.
Women.
We'll see where it goes.
All right, we're getting off the rails.
Younger women for centuries.
Let me reel this back in. She brings up an interesting.
He's much better than me. He's much nicer.
It's a question I want to ask. Not to get too deep into terms of immigration, but this old fairy tale of people buying in for a green card. Shazza, have you heard of an Australian doing this and buying their way into America, into a relationship? Please be honest. I ask because one, I'm available and I have a woman who could easily be available for the same type of setup, but this has never come across my plate. And I spend a lot of time in Mexico. No one's ever offered me money for citizenship.
To my knowledge, I don't know anyone that has traded funds for a green card, to my knowledge. I don't know any Australians that have actually I genuinely don't know any Australians that have married an American, other than that didn't already have the Australian themselves didn't already have a permanent residency or a visa or whatever they needed.
Mr. Jeff, you're a man of the law. Has this come across? You've heard this term before. Tell me your views on marrying in for a green card. Have you ever heard of anyone experience this? Have you ever heard this in a legal debate of any sorts? Because it seems like it's a little too good to be true. It's an old wives' tale of things that just never happen.
I'm trying to figure out how to answer this properly. The answer is, of course, I've heard of it, and I've heard of that situation where the day after or very shortly thereafter, the newlywed, one of them, the one who got the green card, that got their status, flies the coop. They leave. They go. However,
now that's to be expected. You get a mail away bride.
Well,
you know what you're signing up.
And by the way, this has happened twice to one person I know who was consistently with younger men. Now, anyway, you have to establish true love. So how do you show that? You show it through pictures and invitations and photos with friends, and that you did wedding invitation, whatever you can to show that you had a bona fide relationship for some amount of time that seems like it's more than 48 hours, and you didn't just get married in Vegas. That said, I mean, is that probably relatively easy enough to manufacture if your friends and family are behind you, or either or? Probably. I've not encountered it myself, but I'm not an immigration attorney. The only immigration I've ever sponsored was an employee on a work visa, actually two, I think. And I guess I was a co-signer on my stepson's, but I think my 2-year obligation on that is over. By the way, I'm not trying to push him off on you. Just my actual real son, and he's only he's only a permanent resident. Anyway.
But you're saying you'll co-sign.
Well, I mean, listen, if he likes you, you like him. Listen, he's much nicer than I am. Everyone says so. And he's better looking too. Blonde, blue eyes. I mean, I don't know where he got those things. So, yeah, right. Exactly like you. Like, look at that. You have so much in common already. Do something here. Do something. I mean, would you call me dad? That'd be great. Like, the pop. I mean, not in a creepy way. Like,
you be my pop?
That's right.
Does he want kids? These are the big questions.
I would imagine he probably does, but I don't know. Kids these days.
We don't know. These are important questions.
Kids. So, I mean, it's not really exactly my business, but kids this generation, they seem sort of loath to reproduce. They think, global warming and, Ragnarok coming and all of that,
I'm all snipped up, dog. I ain't got no kids coming ever.
I think if when a man falls in love with a woman, generally speaking, he's going to either do everything for her, and then it's a question of whether he's going to do everything for her too far where it's creepy, or he's going to do everything with her because it's love and it's beautiful, or he's too selfish. And you've got to decide whether the guy's too selfish. There's only 3 types of men. Those are the 3.
This is it. This is literally it. We just got to find that one perfect in the middle where it's just. But the other 2 be very easy to find.
The other 2 extremely easy to find, and it does vary for people. I mean, you can completely lose your mind if you meet the right/wrong person. I mean, I completely lost my mind. In one case,
I do that every weekend.
Yeah, maybe.
I love our little relationship chat. This is far better than any wrestling chat. Yeah, let's discuss.
We only use wrestling as an icebreaker or a crutch. We're not really. We promote whatever you want. I want to know who your wrestling friends are and stuff like that. But the whole concept of this show is that wrestlers are interesting. Not that everyone is interesting, but people who have the drive.
I'm pretty interesting.
Yeah. So so tell us some of the interesting stuff that's not the gym and not wrestling that you didn't want to talk about earlier.
Oh my God. Well, look, my life is so consumed by professional wrestling, which is a blessing and a curse at the same. This is the life we dreamed of, right?
Mm-hmm.
I dreamed
for this
one day
life. We prayed for this.
Right? This is it. But then very much on a regular basis, I will work myself into the ground. And I think it's because what I did for 11 years when I did work in the fitness industry is I worked in the office as a data analyst, and I got really into spreadsheets and making I really like Excel. I think Excel is the greatest application to have ever existed in the history of the universe, and everyone should just play with Excel when they're bored. Who needs video games when you've got Excel? Truly. But there's something in that. I like when I went full time into being a professional wrestler, I didn't have a 9 to 5 to sit back on. I took all that and I became very obsessive with like tracking my own stuff and very like, I took everything that I learned from running a gym and being in the back end of all that, and I took it and I put it into what I do now. So now I literally, my day is this constant, like, I have a constant to-do list. I very rarely relax. It's not good. I have to take a gummy every night to be able to switch my brain off and go to sleep because I have anxiety. Another fun hobby of mine is therapy.
Okay.
Have you tried a little marijuana in America? It might make you sleep a little bit.
No, that's the gummies.
Oh, okay. God bless.
I was trying to be whatever the word
is a bad
is.
listener. He's the guy who's too selfish for the commitment.
It was, yes, exactly. There was like one of like, because I live in Missouri, which is a legal state. It actually only got legal like a month before I moved here, and it was very strange because it's very illegal in Australia. Like
the most.
Like you will go to jail, or you'll at least get fined a lot of money, and like it will not be a good time. Like you do not want to get caught. Yeah, like so people in Australia, like obviously people do still use it or whatever, but it's not as like here. And like through my years of traveling here, I just came to accept that every car that I get in that is driven by a professional wrestler, they will probably be high, and I just had to like accept it. But I didn't really like, as a teenager, like when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, cool, I'm cool. But then once I was an adult in Australia, especially because like it's still very much like a meet a guy in a car park, trade your $20 for your bag. I'm like, once you're an adult, that doesn't really like feel like something I wanted to do.
That still do this in Philadelphia, and there's even like services that deliver name branded, like professionally packaged and sealed marijuana, but the transitions are so like on the low. It's like, guys, we don't have to do this no more. Like you can just use a debit card at the store. You don't like the people are just wanted to seem shady, I think. That's all.
Right. And I was like, I'm not doing that because I'm an adult. But then when I came to America and I was like, I just like walked in and I was like, I think I want like something that I can eat that will
and they're like,
sleep.
Would you like a receipt and a bag for that?
Yeah, like you want to use your credit card to do this? Like it's like there's a cop at the door making sure that I am my age. Like, it's all like a crazy like little world. But now I'm very used to it. Now I'm like, oh yeah, that's just life. But trying to explain it to my parents is because my mom is 80 and my dad is 76. Like my parents are old. So the idea that marijuana is just legal where I live is they're like, oh no, heavens no.
Well, it literally
which is really funny
foreign
to me.
to them, and it's a different country. I have a question for the two of you. I'm not against smoking pot. I haven't used any in several years. Last time I did was with a wrestling dude, and that was several years ago. How come, since it's legal, it still smells like skunk? Like, why isn't the quality up that it smells more pleasant?
It's just the ones you smell, I think.
Yeah. You just got to get good shit.
There'll always be shitty weed, no matter how much good weed there is.
I don't understand it.
I also don't smoke. I only eat because I don't like.
I keep the pens with me. Penn Franklin over here.
Penn Franklin. I have this theory that like if I do anything that I have to like inhale, that I'll somehow just become very cardiovascularly unfit completely, and it'll all be gone. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna eat my gummy.
It's true. So
just
who's your
eat my
support
gummy.
system?
We're fine.
Who's your support system?
Who's my support
in St.
system?
Louis?
This bed where I cry.
That's it? That's all you got in your bed? You don't have any local friends?
Like,
you don't have any female?
You're not on Bumble
girlfriends?
I am pretty isolated. Okay. I'm not gonna lie.
By choice?
I have friends in St. Louis, obviously. Like there are other wrestlers that live in St. Louis, and I have friends. And I had a partner, and I lived with him, and I had his whole family. And so I had a normal kind of life in St. Louis. I don't have that anymore. So we're going a bit insane and trying not to have a mental breakdown, but we're a strong, independent woman and we're just going to keep going.
Right.
But I have friends. Like I'm very blessed that I have. If you've ever seen me post with Nixie XS, who's one of the younger girls that wrestles in St. Louis. She's like 15 years younger than me, and she's only been wrestling like 2 years maybe. But it is nice to have a girl that is in my same town that, you know, wants to travel, and like we travel so much together with wrestling, and like but it's also she's very motivated, so she'll always ask to hop in my car and stuff, and you know, and she understands the networking side of everything like that, and then sometimes she just comes to hang out. But like we also have, you know, a pretty good friendship now over the 2 years that I've known her, and like we do, like I watched the Super Bowl with her because she's a big Eagles fan, so we were I'm sorry that she's a big Eagles fan. So we watched the Super Bowl together, and like she helped me move house and stuff. Like I had some of the young boys from the school before it shut down also helped me move house. So I have people, I have friends, you know, I have Warhorse and stuff like that. But everyone also has their own lives.
Well, you have to say it properly. It's got to be Warhorse.
Well, he's not Warhorse anymore. He's Jake Parnell. Whatever, you stupid little bitch. No, he's fine.
Everyone needs a road dog to have with you, a good ride or die.
Yeah.
And
I'm very blessed that I found someone.
These women wrestlers need mentors.
Well, that's like something that I really
safe. Someone's had to tell them not to date wrestlers. Keep the women of wrestling safe.
Well,
that was actually like
your role. Maybe you should be a wrestling consultant, as an older statesman. You know, safe place. Thomas's safe space.
I can't help about it.
See, when back home in Australia, I used to be a coach at the school, and whenever we got like a new class of students, we never had to say, hey, to the girls, don't date the wrestlers. We had to say to the guys, leave them alone. They are not, it is not a bidding war. It is like if a new girl shows up, just leave her alone. She just wants to wrestle like you did. It's okay. You can just be her friend. It's okay. Just treat her like everyone else. But they never do.
She's not going to pick you anyway. You're not that special. Well, she's going to pick who he is, but it's not going to be you.
But it's not going to be you. So just leave. Just leave her alone, and it's not worth it. Like, if she likes you, you'll know. She'll find you.
She's not going to get you booked anyway, brother.
Literally.
Well, she's stepping.
That's the thing that I hate about wrestlers in my DMs, because I have this like. I'm like, are you in my DM because you think I'm attractive? Are you in my DM because you think I can get you booked? Are you in my DM because you genuinely want to actually know anything about me as a human? Because I'm actually not just a girl that sits on the internet taking photos like the other 23 hours and 59 minutes of the day.
Jeff, imagine any other profession where, say I was like a chef or a waiter, or somebody worked in a restaurant, and like the person of the opposite sex DM'd me, and my immediate thought was like, I hope they're not trying to pick.
We see you. Your calendar's color-coded. Your outfit for tomorrow is already laid out. You have everything in Tupperware labeled in your fridge. You buy in bulk. You meal prep. You know what you're doing in 2027. You're a planner. And we're here to say you don't have to do it all. S&T Bank makes banking easy. From our friendly team to our online and mobile solutions, we do more so you can do less. Stop by your local branch, visit stbank.com, or call 800-325-2265. S&T Bank. Member FDIC.
When people turn to telehealth for weight loss, they're looking for real support. That's why more people are choosing OrderlyMeds.com. Orderly Meds connects you with real doctors and access to proven GLP-1 medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide. No guessing, just a more supportive experience, and all shipped directly to your door in discreet packaging. Do your research, ask questions, then visit OrderlyMeds.com/podcast for an exclusive offer. That's OrderlyMeds.com/podcast. Individual results may vary, not medical advice. Eligibility required. See site for details.
Up shifts and make money off me. Like, you know how crazy this sounds to a normal person, a non-wrestling person. It's just like, what? It's the fact that you, I don't know. This is all the more reason not to date.
But I have to think that, right? Like, I have to.
Yeah,
someone in my position has to think that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I never listen. I separate my world, so I don't do the thing. So.
Oh, obviously.
That's all.
But
that's all I'm saying.
but like, especially when they're younger than me, then I know that they're dumb. They're dumb boys. I know how boys.
I also just
work.
think no one probably knows your real age, and they don't know. Nobody knows.
That's why I very much say my age on a very regular basis. I am very clear that I'm 36. I'm very clear about it because I do not want a 26-year-old child in my DMs.
Yeah, I mean, she said she came here, when she was young to wrestle, and she's been wrestling 18 years, so she had to be 18 at least.
Like, I try to make it very clear. I mean, it's lovely that people think I'm like, I don't know, 28 or 29 or whatever. We'll pretend. But like, I try to make it very, very clear that I am old. Like, I'm like, hello, I'm old. Like, I will say, I am old. Leave me alone.
So shifting back to the things of America, Jeff, I apologize.
No, you go ahead.
One of the questions, I know we're a podcast, it's not about wrestling, but this before I die, this will be a food podcast. So Shazza, this time around in America, what's tickling your fancy on the food front? Is there anything extra spectacular? Something I don't know, St. Louis is known for barbecue. Is there something new in your repertoire?
St. Louis is known for toasted rabs.
Kansas City's known for barbecue? I don't know. It's close enough.
Kansas City is the barbecue place, I believe.
St. Louis has a rub. There's a St. Louis.
We have some stuff, yeah. But like the big thing in St. Louis is toasted rabs. And we have our own style of pizza or whatever. But toasted rabs, and the most St. Louisian thing that I do is that I always have like a packet of toasted rabs in my freezer. For example, last night,
exactly what a toasted rab is before you go any further.
It is like, it's ravioli, but it's like ravioli that's like crumbed and then like, I guess, baked or fried or whatever. Like I just put it in my air fryer, but I always have it with me, not physically on me, but I always have it in my fridge, like my freezer, because it's like, especially with an air fryer. Like last night I got home from my show, and for whatever reason I didn't stop to. I just wanted to drive. It was one of those days where I was like, just get me home. And so I got home at like 10, and I was like, okay, I haven't eaten dinner. Oh, I have toasted rabs, and I just whacked some toasted rabs in the air fryer, and 6 minutes later, that was my dinner. It has beef inside, so I was like, I'm getting some beef, I'm getting some carbs, and we're going to bed.
I sort of like the idea of you always having toasted rabs actually on you, and then when the guys approach you and ask you out, you go, no, thank you, I'm taken. But here, have a toasted rab, even like a consolation gift.
Yeah, you just they go in the air fryer, 6 minutes, 350 Fahrenheit. You'll get it.
But if you actually like someone, there's like a rose petal on it. You have one for the one guy that you like.
Bust out the special sauce. It's the special
Should
sauce.
I go on The Bachelor?
Yes.
Should I apply for The Bachelor?
Yeah, this is great advice.
Would that be like entertaining?
We should do like a St. Louis wrestling bachelorette. I mean,
but like, can we just do like, who wants to marry an Australian professional wrestler that lives in St. Louis? Kind of like Who Wants to Marry a Millionaire, but like, it's very specifically just me.
Have you seen these clips for the Pop the Balloon dating show where the black people pop their balloon? Oh my God. First, Google that. Both of you white devils. I don't know why it doesn't come up in my shit. But it's like, when you're not interested, you pop the balloon. It's the greatest shit you'll ever see in your entire life. Look for the clips. It's fantastic. But anyway, we should do something similar, online style, where we do a little dating show for Shazza. I don't know how we could.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Let's do a little dating show for Shaz.
We can email Jerry. He's always down to produce something. So
I mean, you want the food show. You just want us to.
What if I just date? Can I marry Jerry?
Yeah, he's available.
Who's Jerry?
Let's go.
Gerard Butler. What's his no.
Oh God, what was his wrestling name?
Sounds great.
It's gone from my brain.
No, Vin Gerard.
That's it. Vin Gerard.
Okay, well, all right.
There's some lore, okay? You got to learn about the Northeast wrestling lore, because if I know it from Australia, the world should know it.
Okay.
Vin Gerard also bowled a 300. This is true story.
I know who Schlack is.
He once did professional wrestler versus professional bowler and beat the fucking guy, Jeff.
Wow.
Real life.
I believe this.
We should review that. They did it legit in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. He challenged this guy and he fucking.
How long ago did this happen?
2012 12, 13, 14, 15, one of those years.
Okay. So there's like not like stupidly long ago.
No, it was legit, like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hell yeah, Jerry. Get it. Get it, King.
Do you know that a week ago, the Don Tony Kevin Castle show led off with that Mr. Thomas had re-signed a multi-year contract with MLW?
Who would have thought?
He pointed that you came up through the Ring of Honor dojo in like 2009.
This is true. This is all factual.
You did.
I didn't know.
Yes.
I thought you started way earlier than that.
No, 2000. I think 2010. I was my first year training at the dojo in Bristol, Pennsylvania, a town over from my hometown. And right around the time Shazza came to America is when I switched over to Shakara, because that was right around the time ROH was bought out by Sinclair.
Yeah, because the dojo was shut.
Baltimore, yeah, and then I ended up training at Shakara, where I got my break. I met Shazza, and yada yada yada.
And his life changed forever.
Nothing's changed. They're still changing.
His life completely changed, and I'm just here. And like, it's so good that we could finally like narrow down the point where your life got so much better.
It was when I met
right
you.
here.
At the crossroads.
When I met you the first time.
All right, well, let's listen to that. Just in the cross. Do the people in St. Louis realize that Louis was a really bad king?
That what?
That Louis was a really bad king. St. Louis, he was really bad at being a king.
Oh, I didn't know he was a king.
Oh yeah, he lost every.
I don't know anything.
She didn't read the Wikipedia. She just saw what the rent price was downtown, and
exactly. I said, I can have a 1-bedroom apartment for that price, and there's a pool and a gym on site. Oh, and a washer and dryer in my unit.
Say less.
Signing it out.
He just kept sending people over to the Crusades. They lost every crusade, and the Pope canonized them for it.
Look, and now we have an arch, so it's fine.
Zero background research.
Yeah, but the what is it? The cognac is that's solid. That is solid. All right, okay. So what I'm thinking with this dating game and the raviolis is you have QR codes on them. So for the losers, they go on the QR code and it just says. But for the one guy who goes on it, then it's like, something that makes you the balloons. Like you're saying, the White Devils apparently like to watch balloons.
Check it out. Pop the balloon.
We have to watch the pop the balloons.
Please.
I'm offended by the white part.
As long as I get some free meals out of this, at least one free meal out of this,
the name
I'm happy.
of this episode should be Pop the Balloon. Would you? Now, why? It's great. So when they pop the balloon, the lady comes up. She goes, "Why'd you pop your balloon?" They're like, "Oh yeah, I didn't like his outfit." Blah, blah, blah. It's and I'm getting off fire.
I am pretty sure that I can guarantee that if there is a dating game where contestants are able to go on dates with you, that we can guarantee that you will get free meals out of it.
Oh, hell yeah.
I better. But like, they can't be smelly.
This is
I think that's like.
Didn't say that.
I'm sorry that I don't like, I understand human hygiene. I understand things happen. We're busy. We run around.
Date someone that looks
life
like they
happens.
have health insurance. If
I
they
mean,
look like they have health insurance,
we can
they
screen them.
If they have health insurance, we're in. Sign my marriage license right now.
we can come up with a criteria of minimum criteria that are pretty high, including hygiene, and you could also list that one of those things is they use the fragrances you like, so that they use X cologne, they use X shampoo, they use X body wash or soap, and they use X/antiperspirant and deodorant. So you can set some of these minimum criteria, and we will put them on there for the contestants. We will vet these contestants for you. We'll make sure they're employed.
That's important.
Find some people do some background checks to make sure that they don't have hideous records.
I want them to not live with their parents.
Okay, yeah.
Bare minimum.
What if their parents are awesome?
They could like live with a parent if it's like they're looking after their parent and their parent lives with them.
Okay.
But they can't live in a room of their parents' house. Does that make sense?
Yes, they can't be the stereotypical wrestling fan that lives in their parents' basement. And the reason why Dave Meltzer think that all of them are high income is because they live in their parents' house and they're judging by their parents' census information. Got it. Check. You can supply us with some of the criteria that you require. We will come up with others, and we will do a screening thing. We can work on the details later on. But
I will ask one political question before we let you go, since you can't vote, and your vote doesn't
I can't vote. It's very sad.
How has the new regime and the changes in immigration affected your life personally?
They rejected my visa the day after he got inaugurated. So, and the reasoning was, well, they're going to change the rules, so we're just going to actually go ahead and reject this now before that happens. So,
despite you possibly having everything done properly, legally, and correctly the first time, you weren't even given a fair chance to plead your case.
Well, I mean, I pleaded my case. I sent them a lot of information. I sent them a whole essay about how I was changing the world, not changing the world, but how I was contributing to women's wrestling in America, blah, 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 and how no one else could do what I do, which no one else can do what I do. Because where is the other 17, 18-year veteran females on the independents that travel around the whole entire country and mentor and coach and train with the younger generation of women?
They don't exist.
They don't exist, but my bad for existing.
Okay. Well, this is a little political. Are you Christian enough?
Am I Christian?
If you're
My
white
parents
enough,
met at church.
you're white enough. You want to procreate.
Start with that.
I think you
My
got
parents met at church. I went to church until I was 16. And then my parents said, you're allowed to choose whether or not you want to go. And I said, you know what? I'd rather sleep in.
Mish, edit all that out. So you mean you went to church until you're 36 and you're still 36?
Till I was 36.
You have to get with this regime. You're white enough. You want to procreate.
I'm super white.
You need to be Christian. You need to get on the and listen.
I'm super. Never.
If this professional wrestling pop the balloon show doesn't work out,
how could it not?
Go to one of these church gimmicks on a Sunday. You'll be married by Tuesday morning, or at least have 3 suitors at the very least. And these dudes will take you. They'll get you. They'll try to get you pregnant the day they meet you, but they'll take you out to dinner first, at least.
They'll try to get me pregnant, and then they'll try to control me for the rest of my life. I can't wait.
Well, yeah, it's great.
Well, that's when you put them in a sleeper.
Welcome to America, and then you're here forever.
Well, if you don't marry a pro wrestler, you will be able to overpower them. They can't do takedowns. They can't do sleeper holds. They don't know how to get out of a hammerlock.
Good point.
We see you. Your calendar's color-coded. Your outfit for tomorrow is already laid out. You have everything in Tupperware labeled in your fridge. You buy in bulk. You meal prep. You know what you're doing in 2027. You're a planner. And we're here to say you don't have to do it all. S&T Bank makes banking easy. From our friendly team to our online and mobile solutions, we do more so you can do less. Stop by your local branch. Visit stbank.com or call 800-325-2265. S&T Bank. Member FDIC.
I mean,
they won't be able to.
Exactly.
Damn,
brother. Do you see what men turn into after they get married? This is what they turn into.
Jeff is very married.
Yes, very happily so. Very happily so. But it also affords you the luxury of becoming a member of the Hutt family.
Oh, lovely. Let's see. We're gonna hook me up with your son. Maybe 24 is not too young. Maybe it's not too. Maybe it's, I don't know.
Hey,
maybe I'm going to try something different, right?
I have a 21-year-old for your friend as well.
I'll let her know.
Okay, good. Hey, maybe for you, if you're going young,
if I'm going young, I might as well go all the way.
Go all the way. He's old enough to drink. That's. I mean, you're still ahead of Leonardo DiCaprio. At least I can take him to the
casinos.
Yeah,
at least the Vegas wedding, we can actually go to the casinos after it.
Absolutely. Now I start to realize why my kids are not that thrilled with. It's starting to come together now. All right. Well,
I can't see.
That's the problem when you're 56, but your brain is 15. But what can you do, Thomas? Are you scheming? In between your schemes to get us merged with AJ Scales' food show, which actually I'm not averse to. We have to work on this dating show for Shazza if you're actually interested, because this could actually be a fun little.
I think it'd be a funny idea.
Yeah, it could be a fun.
We'll see what happens.
Could be a side
something to do WrestleMania weekend somewhere.
Oh wow! Well, we gotta
somewhere in Vegas.
We gotta do this.
There's a Taco Bell.
And then the finale
in Vegas.
is we go to the chapel.
There's a Taco Bell you can get married at in Vegas.
You're already ready for. You're already pushing the marriage. Slow down.
Listen, when in Vegas, that's just where my brain goes.
When it's Vegas,
it's wrestling in Vegas.
I tried. Go ahead, get married. Yes. You're not my kid. Go ahead. Yeah, I can try. All right, Thomas, you got that look on your face. I just don't know
It's about that time. Shazza, what's your schedule?
Right.
What do you have? What's coming up? Where do you need to be? What do you need to plug?
Where do I need to be?
How can we? How can fans show you love and support you? We know you're not on the Hinge machine, but do you have an Amazon wish list, something along the lines? Or
I have all of that. I have. If you just go to ShazzaMcKenzie.com, I have the links to everything that you could ever need to know everything about me. My wish list is there. My OnlyFans is there. My Patreon is there. My brand army is there. My big cartel is there. My pro wrestling tees is there. My PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, if you just want to treat me, is there, baby. I got it all. Ready to go.
I don't even know what a third of those things are.
And thank goodness for that.
Probably so. Well said.
The longest running bit here is why Jeff doesn't have Cash App, but we will figure it out for him in one day. But any wrestling shows coming up? Any that you care to promote in the next month or so?
I wrestle every week. I'm very excited this weekend. I have a show up in Minneapolis, maybe somewhere up there, for MAW. And they're doing a women's tournament for Women's Month, which I'm very excited about. Gail Kim's going to be there. Deanna's going to be there. It's going to be fun. I'm going to win the tournament, and then I'm going to party with all the girls. And that's literally, I was just like, oh my God, this roster is great. We're all going to hang out in the hotel after, and it's going to feel like Shimmer. And I'm very excited for that. And then I wrestle. Oh gosh, next week I have this other show, New Genesis Wrestling, and then I have Freelance. I have Chicago Style. I have Wrestle Arts. I've got Anarchy. I wrestle every week. Last year I did 97 matches. Ooh. I'm trying not to do 97 matches this year.
What do you do in WrestleMania?
Please
weekend?
help me if I do.
Aside from getting married.
My WrestleMania weekend, I have one. I have one show and one signing, and I'm trying so hard to not do anything else. I might have booked a photo shoot as well, I got excited and I booked a photo shoot, but I'm trying to sit by the pool. I'm trying to drink cocktails and sit by the pool, because this is the first time WrestleMania has been at like a place where I can actually vacation. Like going to Philadelphia and vacationing is not the vibe.
That's not too
right.
Funny.
Like it's this. I was like, we're just gonna enjoy life, because who knows how much longer the world's going to exist, because we're all dying. Exactly. But
what's the one show you're doing in Vegas?
It is a women's show. It is on the Friday at, I want to say at 11 a.m.
All right.
I want to say at 11 a.m.
Well, my one plug is for every wrestler you can refer and say, listen, I had a pretty fun time on their show. Come talk to Thomas and/or PJ and/or LaFista. LaFista's finally agreed to do one show with us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We will the income bracket for the contestants by, something that's respectable per annum for each referral, so that the more you do, the higher the class of the love balloons will be, as Thomas's.
I was like, what is happening?
I'm just now figuring out Zoom.
When Thomas is really happy, red balloons come out of his head. So there's nothing we can do to stop it. It hasn't been MLW yet, but They delete that. They edit it. They're very talented over there. By the way, did you hear our show with Cesar Duran, Dario Cueto? Nope.
Did I?
Yeah, you.
No.
Check it out. It just dropped. That's why you didn't get a chance to do it. You're a busy lady.
I don't have time.
Throw it on while you're at the gym.
Yeah, when you're in the gym, you listen to yours. We broke some news and broke some olds. It was fun.
So the insane thing that I do at the gym is I don't listen to music. I don't wear headphones at the gym. I'm a psychopath.
I'm just listening to the generic 80s rock that they play in the background.
Yeah. I just vibe. I vibe to whatever's playing. I'm just there. I'm one with the people.
Okay. Listening to people just grunting, it's the worst.
It sounds
I'm out there. I'm there grunting with them.
All right, everyone.
I hear my grunts.
So you know where to follow all Shazza stuff. You know where to follow Thomas. He really doesn't want you to, but on the X, he's at Mocha Traps, like Mocha, and traps the big giant things there between his neck and his shoulders. And of course, you can see him on MLW Wrestling. Do you have any shows to promote for us, Mr. Tom?
April 5th, MLWLA.com. It's the Battle Riot, 40-man Battle Royal for the MLW World Heavyweight title. That should be fun. It's going to sell out. Get your tickets. I'll be there. I'll be hanging out for the week. Let's make some magic. Let's do some collabs, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, nice. Okay. And
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, but nobody does. It's all right. We just pretend. We just nod them temper cool. For me, if you want to follow me on the X, there's the boring one at Spell MD, and then there's the wrestling nonsense one, which is at Dose Evil, because I couldn't get Evil Dose. And this show, Garden of Thought, Garden of Thought is basically 3 shows. One is like History Channel from 8 p.m. to like 3 a.m. The midweek show is more like a magazine show, and then you have this where me and Thomas and or PJ Black and or Lou Fisto talk to people in wrestling about just about anything except wrestling if we can. And of course, the possible spin-off show, which is Can You Marry an Australian Pro Wrestler who just a hot chick doing hot chick things and doesn't want to pay for maintenance in our apartment. So, and make sure that you are a qualified person, and we will vet this, and looking forward to getting those referrals and working out. All right, everyone. Shazza, can't thank you enough for saying yes. You didn't know me from a hole in the wall. I know you knew him, but you did it. Good luck with everything. Get some sleep. Eat that gummy. Thomas, another successful venture for you. Folks out there, you'll hear from us later in the week.
Thank you for joining us for another insightful episode of Garden of Thought, the Gospel of Thomas, with our special guest, Shazza McKenzie. Stay connected with Shazza on Instagram and X at Shazza_McKenzie. You can also find Mr. Thomas on Instagram at Mochatraps and Jeff Lipman on X at Dose_Evil.
For this edition of Jeff Lipman Garden of Thought podcast right here on Sports Jedi Network Media Family, in collaboration with Jeff Lipman of the Wrestling Soup and Friendos. Tonight we planted the seeds, broke down the psychology, dissected the booking philosophies, and gave you perspective beyond the surface level takes. This isn't just recap culture, this is wrestling discourse and beyond. This is nuance. This is the space where fandom meets analysis. Major respect to the entire Wrestling Soups and Friendos community for the platform, the energy, and the continued collaboration. And to everyone rocking with the Sports Jedi Network, your support keeps independent wrestling media and more alive and evolving. If you value thoughtful wrestling conversation, do us a favor, follow Jeff Lipman Garden of Thought, of the Wrestling Soups, and Sports Jedi Network on your favorite audio platforms. Hit that like button, leave those 5-star reviews, they matter more than you think in the algorithm economy. And most importantly, submit your comments. Your takes, your counterpoints, your hot takes, that dialogue fuels the next episode. Independent voices thrive when the community participates. Until next time, stay critical, stay passionate, and keep your thoughts growing. We'll catch you on the next one.
You're watching Jedi Sports Network with Kev.